Welcome to Getting Things Done for Beginners. In just 15 minutes, you're going to be a Getting Things Done pro. So do you ever feel like your to-do list is never ending, and no matter how hard you try, there's always something slipping between the cracks? That constant juggle can leave you feeling overwhelmed and scattered. Getting Things Done is a book that can offer you a way to master overwhelm, achieve more with less stress, and regain control in your life. It sold over 2 million copies worldwide, and many successful professionals, including CEOs, entrepreneurs, and creatives, have publicly credited Getting Things Done with helping them manage their really busy lives. And just to give you even more proof of the power of the information of this book, researchers have actually shown that the GTD method aligns with cognitive psychology principles, particularly in managing working memory and reducing stress. A study published in the Journal of Occupational Health Psychology found that GTD users reported lower stress levels and higher productivity, which we all love, proving its effectiveness in real-world scenarios. So stick around as I share the key takeaways and how you can apply them to your own life, to your own busy life, I'm sure, to start feeling organized and to start feeling more in control. Planting the seeds. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but you're carrying around an invisible load that is weighing you down. Let me explain. So to help me explain the concepts in the book, Getting Things Done, I want to use a gardening metaphor. There is a definite mental load that comes with striving to be your most productive self. The constant flow of ideas, the to-dos, the reminders, the circle backs can create a baseline of anxiety that is just hanging around in the background. In the GTD framework, the cure to productivity mental load is capturing every task, every idea, and every commitment. Just like a gardener gathers all the seeds before planting, you need to collect everything in your mind and store it in a trusted system. So your thoughts are like sticky notes randomly plastered on the wall. Some fall off, others get lost in the shuffle. The capture step is gathering all those notes into a notebook and keeping them organized and within reach so you never really lose track of any single idea. By capturing everything, whether it's a note from a meeting, an idea from a future project, or even really a random thought, you're freeing your mind from the constant effort of remembering. For example, imagine you're in the middle of a workday and suddenly you get this great idea for a new project. Instead of trying to hold on to that idea or risk getting it lost in the shuffle, you can quickly capture it in something like a second brain. And then later, when you have the time, you can revisit that and develop that idea more without the stress of trying to recall it because you captured it when it mattered. So I use my second brain in Notion to quickly capture tasks, to-dos, and notes. Clearing the weeds. So what if I told you it's not that you need to actually do more, it's that you need to organize more? Let me explain. It's one thing to capture and drop a bunch of things in your inbox. It's quite another thing to actually deal with those things. So as Marie Kondo says, everything really should have a place. And once everything is in its correct place, it really takes a weight off of our shoulders and it boosts our mental clarity even more. So the next step in GTD system is processing tasks and organizing them, aka clearing out the weeds. So just as weeds can choke a garden, those unprocessed tasks can really clutter your mind. So by processing and categorizing those tasks that you captured, you can keep your mental garden clear and focused. When you're processing them, if it's actionable, if it takes 2 minutes or less, then you want to do it right then when you're processing it. And then if not, you're going to delegate it or postpone it. So in my Friday routine, I have a whole planning routine, weekly review routine. I take the time to go through my physical inboxes as well as processing my digital inboxes in my Notion second brain, as well as my email inbox, and sometimes I take notes in just my phone app. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Dr. Tiffany Shelton. I'm a neuropsychologist and published author. I make videos every single week on how to intentionally, keyword intentionally, get more done so you can enjoy your dream life. So be sure to subscribe and join the family. Cultivating the soil. Next, as you process your inbox, organizing tasks into actionable items and projects, with the weeds cleared, you need to then cultivate the soil. This means organizing your task into actionable items into projects. Just like preparing the soil ensures that plants have the nutrients they need, organizing your task ensures that you have a clear path to really achieving your goals. So here are some tips to organize your task ideas and resources in your inbox to keep things in the right place. So this organization strategy is based on the PARA method, actually from the book Building a Second Brain, and it really helps you organize your life by actionability. So if you have some items in your inbox that are not actionable, here's what you're going to do. You're going to move them to archive if they are something that you don't want to use, but you just you don't necessarily want to delete, let's say, off of your Notion second brain, or if it's something that you need to file away that's physical, you're just going to archive it where it needs to go so it's not in your way, but it's in its appropriate place. Another thing that the book mentions is a someday maybe list. You can put this in a project list of someday maybe projects that you want to get to. It's not necessarily for the archive, it's not all the way out of your mind, but it's not something that you want to be where you're clearly going to be using it when you're ready to take action. The book also mentions things like a waiting for list. These are tasks that need to get done that you can't really process or take action on right now because you're waiting on someone else. Let's say you're waiting on the signature of another person or something like that, and you can't get it done. You can add it to your waiting for list. The way I like to do this is in my task organization within my second brain. The status, I change it from inbox to waiting for status, so it's not on my active task list, but it is something that is still top of mind when I'm doing my weekly review, so I can check back with that person if I need to, or if I got it back, I can move it to my own active to-do list. So then you're also going to have things that you're going to postpone or you're going to schedule. They're not things that you can take action on right now, but you're going to schedule them out. In my Notion second brain, I will just schedule the task. I'll add a deadline to it so that I know when it's due, or I can schedule it if it's something impending that I need to do onto my iCal, and that way I can have it in my system for that week when I'm planning that future week. So you're just going to kind of schedule those things out that you need to postpone, and then in my Notion second brain, I just kind of mark the status of that task as scheduled. So it'll be in my active task list, and it has its deadline in there, and then I won't lose track of it. The book also suggests something called a do next list. So this is going to be divided by context. So you might have a do next list for things you want to do in your morning routine or at the office when you get there. He suggests dividing it by context. I don't really use this in my system because I have everything in my Notion. So no matter where I am, I can grab my do next list and see what I can get done if I have a little bit of free time, but it might be useful for you. So of course, I'm going to include that in this GTD summary. And then if there are more than one actions involved in something, you're going to create or add that task to a project. So if you have something that you know needs to get this, and this done towards a goal with a deadline, that's a project. So you want to add that to your project list. And then in my Notion second brain, all my tasks within my project are synced to my task list. So whether I'm looking at my long list of to-dos for that week, I can have those items for my project are synced into my task list, and then vice versa. If I'm just looking at my page for that project, I can have those tasks there as well. So that's one of the things I like about having all of this digitally. It can all be kind of synced together. So if you have more than one task, more than one action that is towards a certain goal with a deadline, then you want to create a project for it. Next, the GTD systems emphasizes conducting a weekly review to stay on track. So coming back to our metaphor, a garden needs regular watering to thrive, and so does your productivity system. The weekly review is your chance to water your garden and ensure that everything is on track, and so you can make adjustments if you really need to. This keeps your goals and your tasks fresh in mind so you don't get overwhelmed, which is very important. So on a daily basis, the book recommends that you're going to do this by time blocking and doing what you planned. I use my Monovision paper planner for this to kind of engage. Then on a weekly basis, I created a checklist with the exact routine I use to keep up with the system in 20 minutes max per week. And you can grab it in the description below for free. For my digital folks, I have a free GTD weekly review Notion template. And then for my in real life folks, I have a printable for you of a GTD weekly review checklist. I will say that the Notion template comes with a few more perks and bells and whistles, so you might want to give it a try. It's very user friendly even if you're new to Notion, and it's free, so you might as well. Again, you can grab it completely for free in the description below. So let me walk you through the Notion template with what I do each week for this system for now.
So I want to show you guys this Getting Things Done weekly review template, which you can download for free in the description below. It will be free for a limited amount of time, so probably within the next week or so when this video is dropping, so you should have a chance to get it. I'll make sure I'll link it below. But this is the exact process that I go through for my weekly review process, so I just want to share it with you guys. This is completely using the Getting Things Done methods. First, you're going to see the summary video. This is just a placeholder. It will actually be this video that will be here when you download the template. But first, you want to prepare, which is definitely recommended in the system, and I recommend it as well, is prepare your environment, clean your desk, tidy your workspace, file away any notes or post-its that may be sticking around, and capture any last-minute tasks or ideas. Those are the first things you're going to do to prepare to do this weekly review checklist. And I should let you know that this is completely resettable, which is why I like doing it digitally. I also have a free PDF for you to download as well when you download this template. So if you want to do it by hand to just have the checklist. So let me walk you through how this works, and you should be able to get through this in about 20 20 minutes or so. So it starts with the weekly review, and so if it says open next to it, you're going to click the open button, and you're going to review last week's 12-week year scorecard as well as your weekly wins and challenges. So it is linked to my 12-week year scorecard if you don't have it, but let me show you the 12-week year scorecard. I do my wins and challenges in my Mod Ambition planner in the weekly planning. There's a section to do that because I like to write those out by hand. And here you can see the 12-week year Notion template that I have for you guys as well will be linked below. It has a complete summary of the 12-week year. If you just need a reminder of all the tenets of the 12-week year here, or you want a cheat sheet if you haven't read it, then you have an opportunity to click into each one of those to do your vision work, which we won't go into here. And then your goals. For each one of these, there are also some prompts based on the strategies of the 12-week years for setting your goals. You can also use the goal planner and the Mod Ambition planner if you want more evidence-based ways for goal setting and goal achievement. And then down here is where you get into the good stuff. You have the quarterly goal strategy, which you probably won't find in any other Notion template planner because I created this myself. I would say quite an expert at setting and reaching goals, just studying this stuff for so many years and helping so many other women do this, that I have found this particular way of mapping it out and having a bird's eye view for each month, what you're going to do, to be really helpful. And I've heard that from people I used to coach, but also people that have downloaded this template. So you have your quarterly goal, and then you also have a reminder of what that quarterly goal is working towards, right? We're using reverse goal setting. And then for each month, you have these things, these lead goals that you want to get done. And for each month, they're going to be different. Once you have it all mapped out, then you have those, you're going to set those lead goals, which are smart, specific, attainable, reachable, and timely goals in your tracker here of your 12-week year lead goals. Then you are going to align with your monthly goals. So you're going to take a look at your monthly plan. Again, we want to be planning for each segment that we're moving into. This helps you stay on track with your goals and also kind of course correct when you need to. So you're going to look at your monthly goals before you plan the week. I look at mine in my Mod Ambition planner and put your meetings in your events. So I'll take a look at my iCal. You may be using your Google Calendar. Look at what you have done for the week. Put that in your weekly plan and your paper planner so you can time block around those things that are set in stone. You may glance at your someday maybe project. I have option for you to have some projects you want to maybe do in the future, but you don't want to do them now, maybe someday, but you don't want to forget them. You'll take a look and see, do any of these need to be moved over to your inbox to start? Then you will start processing your tasks. So I do this in my Notion second brain. So you will take a look at your task. You're going to process all your inbox items that you've been throwing in there during the week that you haven't had time to allocate to a space that you've just been capturing through the week. And you're going to decide, are you going to do it this week? Then you're going to click do next, and then you're going to add it to your paper planner so you can time block. So you might put a date of when you do want it to get done, and then you'll put scheduled. If it's, you want it to be active, but you don't know when you want to do it yet, you can put it as schedule. And then once you add a status to it, it'll move to your active list unless you put it on hold or you marked it as done. And then you also have a view of your past due task here in my Notion second brain template, and then a calendar view of your task as well, in which you can toggle this up and down. That is how you're going to process your task. So then we'll go back to our review. Once that's done, the tasks are processed. You've scheduled out those that need to be postponed. You scheduled those ones that you want to do next in the week and added those to your weekly plan, and then organized any remaining items that are either on hold or you're waiting for something else. And then you're going to schedule your recurring tasks from your life areas or trigger list. So this is things like that are ongoing. They're not really projects with a deadline, and you can use your life areas in your Notion second brain to get those triggers of to-do items that are more ongoing. So like social media items, you might need to script a video, you might need to edit something. Those are kind of ongoing. This will remind you where you're at in the process. Okay, that is the complete Getting Things Done weekly review template.
So next you're going to be pruning for growth in our metaphor, which is reflecting on progress and making those necessary adjustments. Pruning is essential for a healthy garden. Similarly, reflecting on your progress and making adjustments is crucial for maintaining this productivity that you've gotten going. So by regularly pruning your tasks and projects, you remove what's unnecessary and make space for the new growth and those new opportunities. So you might want to look at any past due tasks that you have, or just your overall completed task list in your second brain. See if there's anything you can get rid of. See if there's any projects that you maybe want to move to someday maybe, and just really keep everything honed in on what's most important and aligned with what's most important to you in your life and then the season that that you're in right now. Moving on, next you're going to harvest the fruit. So that's basically achieving your goals. You're going to engage. Engaging in the book GTD is simply the step of reaping the benefits of a well-maintained productivity system. So finally, it's time to harvest the fruits of your labor. With a well-maintained system, you'll find yourself achieving your goals more efficiently and with less stress. Just like a garden yields a bountiful harvest, hopefully your productivity system is going to help you reap the rewards of your hard work and your dedication. So basically, this is the step where you're going to get all the things done because you have this system that is supporting you. I usually engage with my getting things done system, like I said, with my Mod Ambition Planner in the day-to-day. It helps me stay aligned with my goals and writing out my goals by hand, that kind of thing. And I suggest you use some sort of paper planner as well in your day-to-day to keep things top of mind, and then keep all your organization digitally, whether that be in Notion, Evernote, something that you don't have to rewrite all your projects and things like that. And then when you're going to plan your week, you do that in your paper planner. But look, knowing about the GTD strategies and actually getting things done are two different things. Do you know how to actually follow through with this knowledge and do what you plan for yourself? Don't worry, I've teed up a video for you on how to do exactly that for you to watch next. Cheers to planning, manifesting, and enjoying your dream life. Namaste.